I'm looking for a handsome bucket of weirdness.
Who are you?
Scott Matthews.
All right. And where are we? What's the name of this company?
Electro-Harmonix in Long Island City, New York.
All right. This is probably more vacuum tubes in one place than any of you will ever see for the rest of your life. That is an entire wall of vacuum tubes.
These are the new old stock tubes, so these are basically a mishmash of assorted tubes that have been purchased through different channels like auctions or...
So you guys just basically grab as many old tubes as you can and stockpile them and then
Yeah,
resell
it's like
them?
a stockpile of, like, they're not going to be around for much longer kind of tubes. They're not being manufactured, and what's left is what you get. I'm looking for a handsome bucket of weirdness. I love the smell of vacuums in the morning.
So what we're looking at here is the backside of a pan that is a custom-made vacuum tube tester, burn-in.
Basically, a tray will get loaded with a set of power tubes, snapped into the back of the machine, and the power will cycle for about 24 hours.
And why do you do that?
That would be really a better question to ask Otto. So what are the benefits of the burn-in?
The reason the tubes are burned in is it stabilizes the cathode activity. So when you actually go through the actual measuring process of these other machines, the tube activity is stabilized and they won't shift in their balance.
And so do you just have to do that once across the life of the tube? Like once it's burned in, it's pretty stable?
Right.
So then the trays are taken off the burner and put into the tester, which this custom software I guess cycles through different tubes, takes different measurements.
And so tell me about these machines. When were these machines built?
This is something we started back about 1999. We started designing these machines. They're basically self-calibrating, traceable to the National Bureau of Standards. And a lot of this technology is military type technology. We based the design on the machines used by the military for testing too.
So you didn't just run down to the local vacuum tube testing store and buy one right off the shelf?
No.
How many other companies are out there actually doing this same kind of stuff, like mass testing and matching pairs and stuff?
At this level, I don't think there's anybody else out there that does it at this level.
This is where all of the pedals come in here after they come off production.
Right.
Every single pedal that comes off production comes in here and gets tested by a musician who makes sure that everything works.
So every single Electro-Harmonix pedal gets used at least once before it leaves the factory floor?
Every single one is played.
All right, so where are we now? We're in the den of the engineers?
We are where the magic happens. This is the engineering room.
All right. So tell me about what do you do here?
Well, we design the pedals, we test them out, we listen to them with guitars and guitar amps, with signal generators and oscilloscopes, with computers.
Who dreams up the ideas for a new pedal? Like, are you guys just sitting around one day?
Usually Mike does.
And so he says, I have the idea, and then he makes you guys figure out how to make it work?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so show me kind of like what your rig up is here for stuff.
It's fairly simple. I mean, I got a computer which I do CAD design on, schematic capture and PCB design, and obviously a bunch of other things like Excel spreadsheets, Word documents. And then we've got a waveform generator, which is this WaveTech up here, big dial. And we've got a oscilloscope down here. So what we do is we put the waveforms into circuits like this board here, and then we can poke around either with a scope probe, you know, look at different signals all over the board, or we can actually just look at the output with a 1/4-inch plug, and then we'll see what's going on. And if it seems to be working right, then we'll just go over here to the amp and actually plug the guitar in and listen to it. Well, the entire process, it depends how complicated the pedal is, but it usually takes at least 6 months. And that's like a best case scenario. A lot of times it takes a year.
Has there ever been a point where you've gone through a lot of the design work and then you finally are just like, you know what, I don't think we can sell this pedal, and you just kind of scrap it and move on to the next one?
Nothing quite like that, but we definitely have had projects that went to the point where we made prototypes, the first run of prototypes, and it didn't go past that. And it's usually that we plan on getting back to it and just haven't yet. That's usually what happens.